this the biggest two-game stretch in your career here? I mean, Oklahoma-Duke, your freshman year was pretty, but that was non-conference.
Yeah, plus we lost both of those games too, and they didn't have as much significance, I guess, maybe for the NCAA tournament in the long run they did, but not like this, not right now. The significance they have right now, it's huge for us, and if we can go ahead and get these 2 wins, it's not just going to say a lot about our team, but it's going to put us in good position down the road.
Very good. Do you kind of look at it like it's a pair of games that can kind of define your entire season, or do you just try not to make that big a deal out of it?
We're not going to try to make a big deal about it, but we know the significance that they have, and obviously we know who we play Sunday. We know what they bring to the table. We got to bear down and focus on this one Wednesday night, because it's not a slouch coming into play. So we're a very good team, and they're going to give us a tough test.
What do these next 2 games mean, I guess, in the context of your entire season?
I mean, we want to win the Big Ten championship. We obviously have to beat Wisconsin first, and then we beat Ohio State, and that puts us right back tied for first place, or right there with a game behind them. So I mean, it's going to speak volumes about us this week, and we really need these 2 wins.
When you were sophomore, you played Oklahoma and Duke back-to-back. But is this, given the ramifications of what's on the line, will this be the biggest 2-game stretch you think in your career at Purdue, bigger than maybe Oklahoma Duke?
Yeah, it's definitely a pivotal one. It can either go either way. I think for our team with the Big Ten chase, if we win, we put ourselves in a really good position. Stay in contention with Ohio State, and if we lose, and we just got to fight even harder, and it's going to make little things tough on us. So.
Would that be, in your opinion, the other big 2-game, as I'm just asking you impromptu, but that Oklahoma Duke stretch when you were a sophomore?
Yeah, I would say with those 2 games, they counted, but it wasn't for a Big Ten championship. Right. And these 2 games, being in conference and 2 top 10 teams, it's definitely one of the biggest stretches that we've had, and it definitely helps that we're playing at home, and we can definitely capable of winning both of those games.
Look at this 2-game stretch as kind of 2 games that can kind of define your whole season.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. You look back and say, if we happen to win the Big Ten championship, we could, look back and say that, hey, that Wisconsin and Ohio State game was huge for us, to really win this Big Ten championship. But, we know that each game's important. We have to focus on Wisconsin first, as our main priority. But we just, it's just got to take it one game at a time and try not to look, far ahead.
Lou, this is a team, obviously you guys have faced. Wisconsin has this perception nationally that they're not a real up and down team, yet they just came from 15 down in the second half, beat the #1 team in the country. I mean, they're a versatile, very good team, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think their style more so is controlling the tempo and taking good shots, but they got enough guys like Taylor and Naperville and Lure that can really push the tempo if they really need buckets fast. So I think people underestimate them when they do it. It's like, wow, this happens, but when teams know that they can score like that, I think that's when you have a better chance against them.
Lou, I know you don't guard them. And I know that JaJuan's on your side, but among opposing post players, is Lure as good as any post player you've seen in the country?
Definitely. I mean, it's not too many big men in the country that you see that can really step outside, that can shoot a 3 with long range and consistency, and then he can put the ball on the floor, 2 dribbles, and shoot a jump shot. And, I mean, he's an amazing player. He knows the skill matchups, so when he gets a smaller guy, he goes in the block. If he gets a bigger guy, he can bring him outside and really work towards advantage.
How much does the last game still stick in your side?
I think it sticks to us so much because it was more so us. I mean, you give Wisconsin credit when we made that run, they fought back and they took the lead back. But I think we really have to, limit our turnovers and remember what we did wrong, and we really helped them stay inside the game when we knew we could have had that game won on the road.
Ryne, I would laugh if someone said, would you be overlooking Wisconsin? And it's the 10th ranked team in the country. Yeah. But how important is it truly to think of this game as all by itself? Badgers, you lost to them. How important is it strictly to stay focused on Wednesday night?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge for us. That's one thing we have to do is just completely 100% bear down and focus on the Badgers tomorrow night. And if we get this win, great. We'll look ahead. But right now, we're definitely just focused on Wisconsin.
What do you got to do different this time than what you did the last time up in Madison?
We got to take care of the ball. I don't think we did a good job of that in the first half. We were so sluggish offensively in the first half up there, and maybe that had something to do with their crowd being into it. But I think we're going to be ready in the offensive end. We've had them good practices the past couple weeks, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. JaJuan, some of your teammates a few minutes ago said one thing you got to do differently this time than up in Madison is take better care of the basketball. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, that's one of the bigger things that we need to concentrate on, and rebound. I think we got out-rebounded there. They had more cracks at the shots than we did when we were at Wisconsin. Those two things are going to be huge, and if we can take care of the ball and rebound well, we're going to put ourselves in a really good chance to win again.
Two components you usually don't see go hand in hand in sport. Is that interesting to you that the two things they do well actually have nothing in common?
Kind of, but I think the more thing that's interesting is the way that they control the tempo. I mean, they got Jordan Taylor. And he's a great scorer, but he doesn't really rush it. Him, John Wall, Arkeet, Nankerville, they really control tempo. When you watch them with Ohio State, they will wait till 10 seconds left, get into a ball screen, and make smart decisions. And like you said, once they control the tempo, they're knocking down free throws, and they play pretty good defense. So all those three things, they really don't tie in together, but it works for them, and that's why their record is the way it is.
JaJuan, I don't know if anyone's told you this, but I guess I'm asking along the lines of, I think I know how you're going to handle this, but Seth Davis was interviewed on Dan Patrick's radio show today, and he said point blank that he named you as one of the first team All-Americans he would vote for. He went off and named, Nolan Smith. He named, obviously, Jimmer, named you. I mean, he really spoke highly of you, and he complimented by saying you're a poor man's Kevin Durant. And I guess you're getting a lot of nice things said nationally. How do you take that in stride, JaJuan? Because obviously I know that you're a team guy all the way.
Yeah, it's definitely, a huge compliment, coming from Seth Davis. I would say, I guess you got to keep playing. The season's not over with, but it's one of those things you definitely can do as your teammates, especially being a big guy, where they have to pass me the ball, most of the time, and it's just an honor, and it just keeps you humble and keeps you working.